The ocean covers over 70% of our planet, yet we have explored less than 5% of it. And then, there's a place so deep, so dark, and so terrifying that even the most advanced submarines fear to go. A place where sunlight has never touched, where the pressure can crush steel like paper, and where strange, unidentified sounds whisper through the abyss. Welcome to the deepest, most mysterious place on Earth, the Mariana Trench. But be warned, once we go down, there's no turning back. Our journey begins at the surface. The ocean is blue, warm, and full of life. But as we descend past 200 meters, something changes. The light begins to weaken. By 500 meters, it's nearly gone. At 1,000 meters, we enter the midnight zone, a world of complete and eternal darkness. And yet, we are nowhere near the bottom. Imagine carrying the weight of 1,000 elephants on your back. That's what would happen if a human tried to survive here. At 11,034 meters, the pressure is over 1,000 times greater than at the surface. It's so intense that it can crush submarines if they aren't built with ultra-thick pressure-resistant materials. Only a handful of vessels have survived the journey to the bottom. In 1960, the bathyscaphe Trieste made history by reaching the trench, only to find something unexpected: life. What kind of creatures survive in a place where no sunlight reaches? Meet the anglerfish, a terrifying predator with a glowing lure on its head. It uses this eerie light to attract prey, only to devour them whole with its razor-sharp teeth. Or the barrel-eye fish, a fish with a completely transparent skull. Its eyes can rotate inside its head to scan for prey in total darkness. And then, there's the Dumbo octopus, a creature so bizarre, it looks like it belongs in an alien world. With large, ear-like fins, it glides through the water in complete silence, waiting. But some creatures are still a mystery. Some are too large, too fast, or too elusive to be fully studied. And this brings us to one of the greatest mysteries of the deep: the sounds of the abyss. In 1997, a mysterious sound was recorded in the Pacific Ocean, so loud that it was detected over 5,000 kilometers away. Scientists named it the bloop. At first, they thought it was a massive, unknown sea creature. But as research continued, some suggested it might be icebergs cracking deep underwater. But that wasn't the only sound. Over the years, strange low-frequency rumbles, clicking noises, and ghostly howls have been heard from the trench. Is it a giant undiscovered creature? A prehistoric predator that still lurks in the deep? Or something we don't yet understand? All we know is this: the ocean is listening, and something is making noise. Deep in the Mariana Trench, there are places where the ocean boils. These are called hydrothermal vents, cracks in the seafloor where hot gases and minerals escape from inside the Earth. The water here reaches temperatures of 400 degrees Celsius. Yet life still thrives. Microorganisms feed on these minerals, creating an entire ecosystem where no sunlight exists. Scientists believe that this kind of environment might be similar to what we could find on alien planets like Europa, a moon of Jupiter, or Enceladus, a moon of Saturn. Could the deep ocean hold the key to finding life beyond Earth? If life can survive in the crushing darkness of the Mariana Trench, who's to say it can't survive elsewhere? We have only scratched the surface of what the deep ocean holds. If we've already found glowing monsters, transparent fish, and unidentified sounds, imagine what else is hiding in the unexplored abyss. Maybe there are creatures larger than we've ever seen. Maybe there are ancient beings waiting in the depths. Or maybe, just maybe, there is something down there that does not want to be found. One thing is certain. The Mariana Trench is not just a trench. It is a world of darkness, a world of pressure, a world of mystery, and it will remain that way until we dare to go deeper. The ocean, as beautiful as it seems, it can be just as terrifying. And when we go deeper into its darkest depths, a whole new horror world emerges. Welcome to the Twilight Zone, a place where sunlight never reaches, where there's only blackness and silence, and where only those creatures live who can either glow or scare their prey. When you go below 200 meters, you start feeling a strange sensation. Light begins to fade, colors vanish. All that remains is black water and unknown creatures waiting for you. If there was a haunted house beneath the ocean, it would be right here. In these deep oceanic zones, there are no faces, only shadows. And then comes a moment when a glowing jellyfish appears in front of you. It feels like a ghost is floating in the water. It glows to deceive its prey, and in an instant, it swallows it whole. If there was a vampire in the ocean, it would be the vampire squid. Just hearing its name conjures up the image of a blood-sucking monster, doesn't it? This strange creature has red, glowing eyes. Its body is black and corpse-like. And the creepiest thing, when it feels threatened, it turns itself inside out, becoming a terrifying alien monster. Can you imagine? A creature that only looks like a red glowing eye in the dark, and then suddenly, it's coming towards you? In the Twilight Zone, seeing anything is almost impossible, because only those creatures who can glow are visible. Take the anglerfish, for example. It has a small glowing light on its head, like a ghostly lantern. As soon as a fish gets near this light, bam! It swallows it in an instant. But this light isn't just for hunting. Some creatures use it to hide as well. As soon as they feel danger, they turn off their light. And in a second, they're gone. Now comes another terrifying monster of the Twilight Zone. The gulper eel. Its biggest weapon, its mouth. It's so big that it can swallow prey larger than itself. It opens its mouth like a black hole, ready to devour anything. Imagine this. You're in the dark. No one's around. But a strange shadow moves toward you. And suddenly, that mouth opens, and you disappear. The Twilight Zone is a place where no human could survive without help. But the creatures that live here have made the darkness their home. These creatures are either glowing stars or terrifying shadows. Nothing here is normal. Everything is strange, and all around you is only blackness and silence. If you ever get a chance to enter the Twilight Zone, would you go? Or does the thought alone fill you with fear? A place that is different from the world, where neither sunlight reaches nor humans exist, where there is only darkness and a strange silence. This is the Midnight Zone. The creatures here are more terrifying than the monsters in sci-fi horror movies. Imagine a fish that moves around, carrying a glowing light on its head, a deadly trap. This is the anglerfish. And look at this. This is the gulper eel. Its mouth is so large that it can swallow prey many times its size. And the scariest of them all, the vampire squid. The name itself is enough. This place is not just home to strange creatures, but also where the ocean's biggest monsters collide. The giant squid and the sperm whale, an eternal battle. The giant squid has large hooks on its tentacles that can trap and crush its prey. But the sperm whale is the world's biggest toothed predator. One powerful strike, and the squid is finished. The Midnight Zone is like a ghost town. No one is here, no sound, just an eerie silence. And this silence is the most terrifying thing of all. Did you know? Those who went to explore the Midnight Zone never returned. Even the most advanced submarines have failed here. Is it just the extreme pressure of the ocean? Or is there a secret here that wants to remain hidden from humans? The Midnight Zone is the perfect combination of horror and mystery. Even today, creatures exist here that we have never seen. Now the question is, if you had the chance to go there, would you dare to explore the Midnight Zone? Or is just thinking about it enough? Welcome to the deep. Imagine a place where sunlight never reaches, where there is only thick darkness all around, and an unsettling silence. But that doesn't mean this place is deserted. This is the abyssal anglerfish, a deep-sea predator that uses a tiny light to lure its prey close. The poor fish gets trapped in its trick. But it's not just the anglerfish. Many other strange creatures are hiding in these depths, ones that humans cannot even imagine. This is the sea pig. It is neither a fish, nor a squid, nor a jellyfish. It is a strange, transparent, alien-like creature that survives by sifting through the ocean floor in search of food. Deep-sea spiders, which lurk in the deepest parts of the ocean in search of prey. They use their long legs to confuse both predators and victims. And look at this, a snake-like creature, which is either highly venomous or has such sharp teeth that once it bites, it never lets go. The creatures here aren't the only monsters. Even the environment is like something out of a horror movie. What you are seeing now is a hydrothermal vent, from which boiling poison gas escapes, capable of burning any living being alive upon contact, with extreme temperatures reaching up to 400 degrees Celsius and toxic chemicals. These vents are a death trap for any normal creature. Yet, even here, life exists. In the human world, oxygen is necessary for survival, but the microorganisms here use poison gas to generate energy. This is the true miracle of the deep sea. If you are thinking that humans can survive here, then the answer is no. The pressure in the abyssal zone is so extreme that if a human were to come here without protection, their body would collapse within seconds. Only specially designed submarines can reach these depths. James Cameron, the famous Hollywood director, set a record by traveling to the deepest part of the ocean, the Mariana Trench, in a deep-sea submarine. This is an underwater horror world, where monsters, deadly creatures, and a poison-filled environment all exist together. Will humans ever be able to make this deep abyss their home? Or will it always remain the kingdom of monsters? Do you know the name of the deepest, most terrifying, and most mysterious part of our world? This is the Hadal Zone, a place that lies at the deepest depths of the ocean, where just thinking about going there can be dangerous for a human, because this place is so terrifying that no human can survive here. When we talk about the depths of the ocean, we're not just talking about the water, but the pressure that crushes everything. This pressure is so immense that if a human were to try reaching this zone without proper protective gear, their body would be crushed within seconds. This pressure is 1,000 times greater than the pressure at the surface of the ocean. If we try to imagine a human surviving here without any protective suit, let me tell you that such thoughts could be fatal. The crushing force in this part of the ocean is one of the most extraordinary and terrifying forces known to mankind. This creature, which doesn't seem to belong to any known ocean world, looks like it's come from another dimension. These are the ghost fish. These fish are completely transparent, meaning their bodies are so clear and transparent that you can't even imagine them without seeing them. When we talk about these deep waters, where there is total darkness, these creatures hide from predators using their transparency. In this abyssal world, where no light penetrates, these creatures quietly capture their prey. And then, there are those strange creatures that dwell in this deep part of the ocean, like giant isopods, snailfish, and many more peculiar beings. Giant isopods. Look at this creature that resides in the deepest parts of the ocean. These creatures are terrifying due to their size and appearance. Giant isopods can grow up to 2.5 feet long, resembling oversized pillbugs. These creatures feed on carcasses that fall from higher depths. They have powerful jaws capable of crushing through anything in their path. Snailfish. Snailfish are creatures that survive in the deepest depths. Their bodies are soft and jelly-like, making them look like they belong to another world. These fish, which can be found at depths beyond 7,000 meters, have a soft, gelatinous body that allows them to survive in extreme cold and pressure. They're able to adapt and survive in ways that most other creatures could never dream of. And these are just a few examples of the many strange creatures that thrive in the Hadal Zone. Each has developed unique biological adaptations to survive in this extreme environment. And here's another terrifying fact. Only a few people have ever reached these depths. This is a place where exploring is extremely difficult. As of now, only 3 people can say they've been to the deepest parts of the Hadal Zone. The most famous of these explorers is James Cameron, who in 2012 made a solo journey to the bottom of the Mariana Trench in his submersible deep-sea Challenger. His expedition became a landmark for human exploration and showed the world that it is possible to venture into these depths, though the journey is so dangerous and costly that not everyone can undertake it. Currently, many countries are working on exploring this zone, but the exploration is expensive and risky. Do you have the courage to embark on a journey to these unknown parts of the ocean? So, that was a glimpse into the forbidden hell that hides in the deepest parts of the ocean. The Hadal Zone is a place where life has evolved in ways that defy our understanding of biology. It is a part of the world that remains a mystery to mankind, and those who seek to understand it must face the daunting and dangerous challenges it presents. But for those who undertake the journey, it becomes a part of a world that shows the fine line between life and death. So, what do you think? Do you have the courage to explore this forbidden hell?